Good day, viewers. I greet you all. Yes, we are not done with the four cities we have been, comparing. The four cities I'm talking about is Benin, Asaba, Onitsha, and Awka. There is no particular measure in selecting these cities, but we just thought of taking up these four cities. It could be other ones later. But today, we are going to focus on the road among these four cities. Please, I want you to contribute to this presentation. Your contribution will come in form of telling us which city has the best road. You can use any way to tell us, but just make it clear that you are going to tell us the city that has the best road network, followed by which one, the third one, and the fourth one, or the other way around, whichever way you want. But you can never tell. The presentation and every other thing we are doing can still go a long way in making our society better. Yes, like I said earlier, Onitsha, Asaba, Awka, and Benin is going to be the focus of this discussion, and majorly on the road. So, but I want us to have something in mind. It's not just about this present government. So, but governance is a continuous process. And one other thing I want you, my viewers, to bear in mind about this video. Actually, the video you are watching, the roads that you are watching has been classified according to the state that owns the road, or according to the city, according to the city that the road is being found. And the main thing is that our judgment should not be based on this video. This video is to showcase just a few places that we have been able to cover. But you that are travelers, knows these cities very well. So there is no way we can just start getting the pictures of the bad roads and the pictures of the good roads. I hope you understand what I mean. So the bottom line is, don't just base your judgment on these roads you are seeing on this video. Please, we have been to these four cities, and you know how these cities are presently. Though if you don't know about this city presently, this video is just some few places about these four cities presently. So thank you for your understanding. So let's proceed. Like I said earlier, I'm going to give analysis, some in-depth knowledge concerning what the road looks like. As in, we have in Nigeria different types of roads, as in different categories of roads and types of roads. If you talk about categories in terms of federal, state, and local government roads, then you talk about trunk A road, trunk B road, trunk C road, and we'll talk about how these states that are housing these cities, the type of money they receive from the federal government, which is the major source of revenue monthly to the states. And probably will just inform you that still the state makes money internally. So why we are going to bring these issues up is majorly where these governments get the money they use to build the road and maintain these roads. That is the reason why we are going to, chip these things in on the how the states receive the like amount or the amount they receive every month, or the estimate of the amount. So in a nutshell, that is it. So let me just give some important knowledge as regards these categories of roads in Nigeria. So road is a path established over land for the movement and conveyance of vehicles, goods, animals, and people. Roads can be paved or unpaved. Usually, we will say that is in a street language. We will say the road is tarred. It's a tarred road. Yes, roads can be tarred, but it's not only tar that can be used to build a road. There are other ways of building roads. So the official language for a road that is done is paved. It is either is paved or unpaved, and that is it. So in Nigeria, there are trunk A roads, which are federal roads. There are trunk B roads, that is the state roads. Trunk C roads belongs to the local governments. That is the major categories of roads that we have in Nigeria according to construction and maintenance. Then let me just give a further explanation of these trunks of road. Trunk A roads form the skeleton of the national road grid. Okay, it cuts across regional boundaries in the country. This class of road is constructed, maintained, and financed by the federal government through the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. That is the trunk A road. We have different regions in Nigeria. They are being called federal road because they link these regions. They link the north and the south. They link the east and the west. Even the regions, even the geopolitical zones. Yes, the northeast, northwest, north central, southeast, southwest, south. The roads that link these places are federal roads according to Nigerian Constitution. Then trunk B roads. When we talk about trunk B roads, we are referring to the second category of roads in Nigeria. It links the major cities within states. These roads are financed by the state government. They are tarred roads. You get the point now. These trunk B roads, they link the major cities within states. So cast your mind in any city in a state. State has more than one city. So the road that links this city are state roads. Is under the concurrent list according to Constitution. And that is it. Then, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Let's hear your comments. Make sure that you contribute to this topic that we are discussing. There is no need being nonchalant, because if you are from this country, everything we are discussing, you are part of it. No need to shy away. Thank you as you do that. Yes, Trunk C Road are the local feeder roads constructed and maintained by the Works Department of Local Government Authorities in Nigeria. This class of roads is usually untarred and seasonal in nature. The local government roads is just all this, like I explained that usually untarred road, and they are just seasonal. You know, it's just a minor linking road within a locality in a local government jurisdiction. So, having explained all these roads, next we are going to talk about the how these states get their finance to maintain these roads, to construct new roads, and the amount, and which state has the best or the most receive the most support or allocation from the federal government. We are going to say it here. Then later, if we have time, I'm going to explain the types of road. This one is not types of road. This is just a kind of categories of road. But within that categories of roads, there are types of road also. So, but if we have time, I'm going to talk about that later. Okay, and I'm going to make a kind of suggestion, even though I may not be the first that have said it, but I know that it's good thing for someone to always air his views. So we are going to briefly take a look at how these states that houses these four cities, how they get their allocation from the federal government. Okay, and probably their internal revenue, but the focus will be on the federal allocation. Yes. So, but let's take a look at the present sharing formula from the federal government allocation, monthly allocation. Okay, the current sharing formula of allocation in Nigeria between federal, state, local governments, they are as follows. Yes, the federal government takes 52.68% of every allocation that they received. The states government takes 26.72%. Then the local government takes 20.60% of all the money the government received. So this is how they share this money. Okay, then states usually are in control of the local government funds from the federal monthly allocation. Let's bear it at the back of our mind. The states, they usually take control of the local government's allocation, but I'm not sure if this is applicable to all the states in Nigeria. But I know that many, if not all, they always take charge of the allocation from the federal government that are going to local government. They will hijack it and controls it. Then we are going to make a little presentation of the last figure that can be available to me. This figure is on June 2022. That's about 8 months ago or 9 months ago, probably. Okay, so we have these figures on the allocation received from the federal government. Delta State, which is the highest in that June 2022, they received 25.9 billion naira, not dollars. Then in that same June, Edo State, which houses Benin, Delta State houses, is the capital. Asaba is the capital state city of Delta State. Benin, which is one of the cities we are looking at, is the capital city of Edo State. Then Awka in Anambra is the capital city of Anambra, and in addition, Onitsha to Anambra. Then Edo is receiving Edo received 7 billion in that June that Delta State received 25 billion. Anambra State received 5.5 billion in June 2022. So why am I bringing these figures? It's for us to have a kind of knowledge, because these roads are done with money. It's not just that this state is not doing well, that they don't have enough good roads, and these roads are done with money. Then among these three states, some generate internal revenue more than others. Okay? So, but we don't have the exact figures of state generated revenue, but you can cast your mind back to, or if anybody has a better knowledge of how these three states, the revenue they generated internally looks like, and give us the information. Okay, so you can see the gap from Delta State, Edo State, and Anambra State in June 2022. So we can see that the amount of money each state is making every month, majorly the money coming from the federal allocation, will have a great influence on road construction and maintenance in these 4 cities that we are assessing. So that is it. But the structure of road ownership and maintenance has always been an issue. The policy that the 3 tiers of government and maintenance is in place, but not respected in execution. No tier of government consistently maintains its own share of the road, leading to overlapping of duties, conflicts, and eventually neglect of the roads. You see that the ones we call federal roads, that's trunk A roads, I want to make a very big observation and very big suggestion on this discussion of roads, on this classification of roads. You see, many state governments, they want to believe, and they want to leave these federal roads to the federal government for maintenance and construction. According to law, yes, that is what is obtainable. But in reality and in usage, these roads, they are majorly used by the locals. I know that people have been saying this thing, they are used by the locals majorly. So I don't see the rationale behind state governments leaving these roads exclusively for the federal government. Yes, we have FEMA, Federal Road Maintenance Agency, and we have SEMA, State Road Maintenance Agency. But what I'm saying is that it's not all the time that this agency comes to the aid in doing this job. And I want to suggest, if the federal roads are not among the concurrent list, I believe that they should put it there so that the states can still have access if it is not there. Because I know that some state governors, they do construct federal roads, but later on approval, the federal government will refund them. It has happened several places. But I want to stress is that we should not be leaving these federal roads, trunk A roads, only for the federal government. The states must or have to do these roads, because if you look at it critically, it is the locals from that state that uses this road more. They uses this road more than every other people, more than these inter-regional people that uses this road. Though there is no statistics to back it, but I know what I'm saying. The people within that locals, they use this road more. So saying that the state government should leave the road for the federal, I don't think is the best thing to do. They should, as usual, as some state governors do, obtain approval and do these roads to save people. The rate that roads are being abandoned in Nigeria is becoming alarming. So hence, we thought it wise to bring up such topic so that we can discuss it. And don't forget that, like I said when I was beginning, your contribution is what we will use to do the next presentation. Probably we will tell you why it is like that after you have made your suggestions and contribution to this video. So, but just in addition, to add more knowledge to what we have discussed and about the road, and just like I said earlier, let me try to see if I can talk on the types of roads that we have, so that we if you don't know, you can know that these are the types of roads that we have in Nigeria, the types of roads that the government usually construct in this country. But in general, we have 4 types of roads in Nigeria, but one does not concern government. That one is private drive pathways. That type of road is maintained, controlled by an individual or agency or just an organization. Nothing concern government about that type of road. But the other 3 of types of road that government usually construct is a single carriageway, 1, dual carriageway, 2, then the third one is expressway. You see, so this single carriageway is just a normal highway, traffic facing each other. This one will be coming, this one will be going on a single lane. That is the single carriageway. Then the dual carriageway, it has multiple lanes with traffic going in opposite direction. This one going like this has multiple lanes. This other one coming has multiple lanes. It can be separated or nothing can separate them. Okay. Then the final one is just an expressway. It's specially designed and restricted. There is restriction at the middle of these 2 lanes. It usually has more than 1 lane at the opposite direction, but the major thing is that it's restricted. Okay. So, but having explained that, I want to sincerely thank you for watching this video. So until I come your way next time, bye for now.